Alrighty, folks, without ado, we're about ready to kick this one off. I'm Jason White, joined by my partner.
And I'm Jack Svita. So, Jason, what do you think are the keys to success for the Lady Colonials tonight?
All right, so I took some notes here and actually did some stats. Usually your job. Did a little bit of heavy lifting, but speed kills the big thing I wrote. Winning with fast-paced offense has been the Colonials' key this entire year. I think that Cheltenham's going to come out. They're going to have a zone. They're going to try to slow them down, try to just minimize their amazing scoring that they've been able to do this year. In the past 3 games, the Colonials are outscoring their opponents 213-70. That sounds like a score of a football team that's, one of the best in the league. And the Colonials are going into this 16-0. They're 9-0 in the conference. Panthers are 6-9, 2-7 in the conference. Another big conference win would only help the Colonials with seeding, going into the playoffs. And again, they're just on a roll right now. They're red hot. On Tuesday this week, they played Springfield. They won 70-15, easy. They actually ended up, at the end of the first, going up 36-8, just simply taking the game out of Springfield's hands. And I think that this game, a big key is to just get on the board and do what they've been doing and playing their game.
Yeah, I was out there last Friday when the Lady Colonials took on Wissahickon. They came out of the gate firing from 3, knocking down everything they shot.
They win the opening tip, and here we go. Here's Flanagan, arguably having one of the best seasons we've seen from a Colonials girls basketball player.
I couldn't agree with you anymore on that one. I mean, she does it on both ends of the floor, too, with just her athleticism.
Here's Cooper with a wide-open look for 3, and she will hit that. Cooper's big with getting a lot of the opening baskets. I believe this is the 4th game she's had the opening basket. And that will be out of bounds. I believe that will be off the Colonials, so now Cheltenham will have the throw-in. Again, starting off the 3 like that, Jack. I mean, goodness gracious.
It just started out like last game with last Friday where Aaron Daly came right out of the gate and fired a 3 for the Colonials.
We have a 3 attempt there for Cheltenham. That'll go wide, out of bounds for a Colonial ball. Flanagan actually, I know she plays soccer as well in the fall, and I definitely think that helped with her endurance and her speed. Flanagan with a look there. She brings it into the paint, passes it back out to Cooper.
McTammy's calling for the ball in the corner.
Cooper with a nice look here, right where Cooper was able to make that shot, kicks it back out to Flanagan. Flanagan with the layup and in. If you're Cheltenham, you really want to try to get some sort of points on the board in this possession. Try to get the momentum back on your side. It's definitely playing a team like the Colonials. You're coming in this game, the nerves are high. You're the away team, and again, a sloppy finish there for Cheltenham. Colonials looking to get some fast break points here. Cooper with another 3 look, and that will be rebounded up, still being fought for.
I also think something here that's going to be imperative to the Panthers' success is how they turn the ball over. Last week, the Colonials forced over 25 turnovers against Wissahickon.
My goodness.
Here comes this press defense that the Colonials came out in last week.
And there's Flanagan able to get the pick up there. A layup. Just over the side. Rebounded. Ooh, still fighting for it. McTavish out the look. And that will go in.
Colonials shooting 50% from the field so far.
We're highlighting it at the beginning of the game. We were talking about going into this game, and McTammie, I mean, she has just been so consistent for this team. Starting on varsity as a freshman, I mean, it's just, her talent is amazing. And what's really impressive about the squad is many of their starters are actually going to be here next year. I believe they're only losing 3 seniors. So
there's 0 seniors on the team. So, I mean, their captains, they're 2 juniors, the McTammie and Cooper, and the freshman Flanagan.
It's really exciting to think that as amazing as the team's doing right now, they could actually be even better next year. There's McTavish with another look, and that will go in. And again, Jack, it's now 11-0. Cheltenham is looking down the barrel of an absolute cannon of an offense with this Colonial squad. I mean, what do you do right now in this timeout? What are you saying to your team players here?
I'm going to tell them to have fun and do their best because there is no stopping this offense. The ball movement, they're knocking down their shots. There is no stopping it.
We tonight actually have a special guest here that we got coverage of at the beginning of the game. We could see over there on the side. The Whitemarsh Girls Basketball League was here in attendance, and it was nice to see them out before the game, giving some of the players high fives, looking to maybe one day be out on this court playing on this team. So, always
Colonials
nice.
have started off so far shooting 57% from the field, so as long as they keep that up, I don't see any way that the Panthers get back into this game.
Cheltenham now bringing the ball down. Looking to try to get anything going here on offense to just try to ease the bleeding right now. And that'll be picked. Going down court. She'll lay that up. Daly last game had 12 points, so she's looking to try to add on and get even more tonight. We have white ball down there on the court. The contested shot there.
Yeah, and before she had 12 last game, she had 14 and 7 the game before, so she's averaging 13 points over the past 2 games. Look to keep that production up.
Yeah, really, it's like you have a three-headed monster. You have Flanagan, McTammy, and Daly, who are just, they're unstoppable right now, just cranking out points for this squad. You also have players like Cooper who are able to get clutch shots, like that 3 she had at the beginning. Yeah. Here's Flanagan with the first 3 attempt.
You say a 3-headed monster, I think more of a 7-headed monster.
This squad, they move so well. They're defensively able to make a great play.
There's the 4th Cheltenham turnover to this point, and we're just over 2 minutes into this game.
Just bounced off the rim. And Daly able to get the rebound. Daly with another shot. Ooh! 3rd time's a charm. Up. I believe Daly will be able to draw the foul there. He's got the scores 13-0 at the 4:23 mark. And Colonials really doing whatever they want here offensively. Really, even when they're missing shots, they're picking up all of their own boards.
Well, if I had to pick out a positive for the Cheltenham Panthers is they forced 1 turnover to this point. That's about all they got going for them through 3 minutes. I think that's the one solid play that they've made at this point here.
And there's Daly with a foul shot, just bounces off the back.
If I did have to point out a weakness from the Colonials' dominant win over the Wissahickon last week, it was the free throw shooting. They were just getting plenty of attempts because, Wissahickon was a team that was not afraid to foul and play a physical brand of basketball, and the Colonials just weren't able to capitalize.
Daly with the other shot, and that will go in. So the Colonials up 14-0. Daly now with 3 points.
Team struggles so much with that full course press defense off the made basket.
It's just how do you keep up with the physicality of the Colonials? It's like you're running a track meet the entire game. Coming into the game now is...
I don't know what's most impressive. Is it the physicality? Is it the speed? I just think that they outwork every team they play, and it really sets them apart.
It's a very unique style of basketball that really it's been paying off hugely this year. And coming into the game, we had Abby Sharp and Michaela Allen. She's able to pick up that board. As you can see that definitely she had a fresh set of legs there coming into the game. She flew down court, that shot attempt. Cheltenham with another shot that will not go up. Cheltenham's main player right now is number 20. She's a sophomore named Umare Soliman, and again, she's putting up a lot of shots for them. Unfortunately, they're not going in, but there's no lack of physicality here in this game from her. Coop able to pick up that rebound. I'm sorry, would you call that an interception? I couldn't tell if it was a shot or a pass there, Jack.
Well, I call that another turnover.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Making it 5, and we're just over 4 minutes, just under 4 minutes so far in this game.
Cooper is able to draw the foul. Now she goes to the line.
Here's Cooper, and last game she was 2 for 7 shooting free throws. So She looks to turn that around today.
I wonder, Jack, as good as these Colonials are doing, going down the stretch in some of these games that might get harder, especially playoff time, do you think that free throw shooting will end up coming back to bite them if they're in a game that's a lot closer?
Yes, because you're not going to win every game 70-15. So when it comes down to a close game and they may try to other teams start intentionally fouling, it's going to be hard to make those free throws and maintain a lead.
And Cheltenham was able to get the first basket there, followed by Flanagan getting a basket.
I think that one play sums up how this girls' basketball team has played so far. They give up the basket, and while the other team's taking their time to get back, they sprinted down there and scored and put those points right back as if they never happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like the squad is a lot of cross-country runners or people that do distance and track. It's just, I don't know if in the off-season they really were working on their running, but, I mean, it is impressive, their endurance and their ability to move up and down the court so quickly. You see here 34 at the line. That is Kyla Ogden.
I'm going to get her for the violation for stepping over.
So she doesn't make either of her shots there. She is the only Panther currently right now to have any points, and the board is 17-2. Tammy kicks it out to Cooper. Cooper now looking to Flanagan. Flanagan dishes it over to Sharp. Sharp gets it over to McTammy. Tammy's another look, and I believe Flanagan will be able to draw the foul. She is fouled by 20 again. That is Suleiman. When talking to Cheltenham's coach for the game, he definitely said that she's their best player, really physical, very heads-up player, and she's really been making a difference for the squad, and their 6 wins they're able to pick up this year.
I'm just looking down this roster here for Cheltenham. They got 7 seniors, so this is definitely going to be a up-and-coming rebuild for these upcoming years for them.
So this Friday, obviously being a Friday, it's always fun for us high schoolers, but also it's the end of the first semester. And with that came a very stressful week of finals. And again, nothing but kudos to these women Colonials. They're able to go out, get a win on Tuesday night, again, night before their Wednesday final. And today, obviously, they had a final. Now they're back out here on this court. And, it goes to show, and they're able to draw a great play there with the and one. It goes to show, really, the work ethic of a lot of these players, being able to not only be great athletes, but also great students.
You're going to remind me about finals? You're going to remind me about that right now? Come out here to get things off my mind, and this is what I step into?
Well, folks, I think you can assume how Jack feels about his finals week.
I don't want to talk about it.
And Abby Sharp, the great play there. Again, now it's 22-2, a 20-point lead for the Colonials, and we still have 150 left here in this first quarter here. Another turnover for Cheltenham. Sharp now looking, gets a pass over to Flanagan. Flanagan gets a pass, and that is intercepted by
It's second Colonials turnover so far.
Suleiman, I think, was able to draw the foul there. Suleiman will try to get her first points of the game. And that will go in. Again, any sort of positives here for Cheltenham. You really need them right now. Now, I wondered this, Jack. So we see that typically the Colonials only like to have maybe 2-3 people they consistently sub in throughout the game. Going down a stretch for the playoff run, do you think that getting other bench players bigger roles in these games, especially when you go up by this many points, the coaches should be focusing on more?
Well, I see Abby Sharp, number 12, out there. I know she wasn't playing last week. I think she's starting to get some more time. She's one of those players here that might get a bigger role down the stretch, kind of in a prove-it situation right now. curious how this plays out for her.
It's impressive, the youth. Sharp's actually a freshman, and get a lot of these starts are freshman, sophomore, and a couple juniors, obviously. And it's very impressive that, given their youth, because sometimes that could be a team's greatest weakness, it seems to be their greatest attribute almost. Close up and get another basket.
I couldn't agree with you more.
And a great turnover that they're able to pick up. Lays it up, rebounded here by Cooper. Really heads up defense there by the Colonials on the pass end. Now at the last 30 seconds here of this first quarter.
A lot of movement, a lot of cuts.
A lot of movement. And the three will be just overshot, but picked up by the Colonials. That was, I feel like that was just a lazy rebound attempt there by Cheltenham. It's going back and forth. Cheltenham is finally able to get it. For Cheltenham here, any points here to close out the half you want to take. They hit the three, that will not go up. Daly now dribbling
5 seconds
down.
left, gotta get a shot up.
We'll see if this goes in. Oh, man, a buzzer beater. That'd be really nice. So the Colonials have a 21-point lead. We hear a lot of those in football. Maybe it's some of the games that we've covered for the Colonials this year. But now we're in a basketball game where they're up by 21. And this could get even uglier in the second quarter. Again, so I talked to the coach before the game, and he said that going into this, and you could tell there's a little bit of fear in his eyes, he just wanted to be physical. He wanted to keep it as close as possible with the squad. And again, we see the Colonials did the electric start that they had for Springfield where they went up 36-8. They are up 24-3. So Colonials really just doing whatever they want offensively. And I think you couldn't ask for a better start. I mean, they start every game like this, but.
Well, I just think it's, the Cheltenham Panthers come out here and punch. The Colonials come back, counter punch even harder. You see the basket there was by number 34, Kyla Ogden. Flanagan gets the inbound pass, sprints down the court, and scores as if those 2 points never happened. And you see Lainey Allen makes a layup. They go to inbound it. She turns around, picks off the inbound pass, goes right back. I mean, they're just playing a better game mentally and physically.
Couldn't agree with you more. So this next week, the Colonials go on to play Abington, St. Basil Academy, and Upper Dublin. So Upper Dublin, again, one of the perennial powerhouses here, especially in women's basketball. St. Basil always provides very solid squads. And Abington, who's been a little bit of kryptonite for many of our teams here at Colonial. So they have a week like that coming up.
I definitely think that Upper Dublin game has won the circle on the schedule. They're the defending league champions, so I definitely think, that was the closest game the Colonials have played so far this season, so big emphasis on that. You hate to look ahead, but it's 24-3 in the second quarter, so.
Yeah. I'm intrigued because I believe their matchup versus Abington and Upper Dublin are back-to-back nights. So again, I was talking to Leah Kay, a member of this varsity squad this week, and she said to me that with next week, they said that this week they're trying to let the players rest up a little bit, focus on their finals. Going into this game, they thought that they had a pretty good advantage, so they wanted to take it a little bit easy, not go super hard in this game to rest up for such a big thing next week. And I think next week will really be a test to see the will and the ethic of this squad, to see if they're able to, again, playing 3 games in a week versus such hard teams, prove their talent, and again, try to keep that unbeaten streak going.
Yeah, there was a 9:30 dismissal today from school, so that's definitely more than enough time to rest up, watch film, do whatever last-minute preparations you have to do. Almost feels like something you see in an NFL team's game day schedule.
Yeah. Here we have Sharp at the line, missed her first free throw, and here's her second one. And just bounces out.
Terrible unlucky bounces for her.
Again, we see that free throw shooting is a little bit problematic for the Colonials early on here. And Cooper with a great play. That'll be on the Colonials. Cheltenham ball.
Looks like the Colonials have not scored for almost a whole minute.
Wow. That's a victory for Cheltenham if you think about it.
Something to put a smile on the coach's face.
Shot there just a little bit short and easily rebounded by the Colonials. McTammy with another splash. And make the lead even more, 27-2.
McTamney
to
starting
3.
this game 3 for 3 from the field so far.
Yeah, she currently has 7 points, and I easily think she'll be able to get over 10 in this one. Thomas with the pass over to Sharp.
8th Cheltenham turnover to this point.
And McTamney with a wide open look again with 3. That's just lazy defense, Jack.
I mean, you see people pointing fingers and stuff, but that was all it was. There was pointing fingers. There was no, going towards the ball.
And Soleimani will get a shot off there. It's rebounded by the Colonials. I mean, if you're Cheltenham, you really want to have a sense of pride here. I mean, make some kind of move and try to just stop this Colonial offensive surge. Here's Cooper. And we have a player down the floor. Hope she's okay. Looked like she kind of came down a little bit hard on her knee, I think. Pretty big crowd here tonight, Jack.
Yeah, so I guess while we have the moment here, it's the Whitemarsh Girls Basketball League tonight at the Colonial Fieldhouse. Is that what we call it here?
I believe so, the Fieldhouse, yeah.
So they were out there for pregame introductions. They were out there on the court. It's a good moment for them to have.
I'm sure, if they could stay in the district, they'd love to be on this team. And, my sister actually, so she goes to IHM, but she came to one of the games a couple weeks ago, and her being a basketball player, she gets so excited to watch them. She'll play in a game where the highest scoring game's maybe 16 points, and that's pushing it. And seeing the Colonials be able to put 70, it really excites her. And I think it's really cool for a lot of the females here that we have in Colonial to see that in a team that is so highlighted by the excellence of the men's squad in so many of these seasons, that now the women are really the team this year that have just been one of the best in the school. And it's very exciting. And I remember during your sports talk show, you highlighted your Bull pick that they might be state champions. So again, it'd be great to get another banner up here in the field house.
That is correct. I stand by that.
Now we need to see if you were right on if they cut the net or not if they do win.
I think I got to ask the coach that because I am very curious about that. After my rec team wins a championship this year, I'll see if we can cut a net. The league will probably, send us the bill for it, but it'll totally be worth it. And
100%.
I bet Coach Dougherty feels the same way.
Go to a quick Dick's Sporting Goods and pick up a net. Sure, it doesn't cost too much.
Just go to Miles Park and steal one.
Exactly. If the net is up there, it might be gone already. Thomas able to get another free throw there. So 28-3 here. Try to see if they can make it 29-3 here.
Hey, 28-3 leads aren't always solid as gold.
Oh, no, they're not. And Cooper with the shot just rolls off the backboard. So, yeah, I mean, hey, you never know. We see crazier in the sports world. Again, that was the professional sports world, but I mean,
there's the trap there.
If that were to happen, I think Cheltenham would need to completely become a different team within the next minute or so. They really need to turn things around quickly. I mean, you hate to say it because, again, we're only in the second, but you need to be in desperation mode. I mean, anything that you have in the tank, you need to be putting on the court right now.
Well, it's a question of how much is actually in the tank. There's not much depth. We haven't seen too many players subbing in and out. There we go. We have a substitution coming right now.
The head coach of Cheltenham's in his second year, so I'm wondering if he's still trying to figure out what scheme best fits this team, being that it's only his second year being able to work with this team.
Cooper's wide open down low on the block. Got no look there.
I say, feet of the rock. I mean, again, when people on this team are getting looks that wide open, you know that they can make the shot. I mean, they've proved it time and time again. And yeah, Cooper again wide open with the 3 look here. And an easy 3. I mean, Jack, was it fair to say that was almost too easy there? I mean,
I have no explanation for you. I'll be blatant. I have no explanation for you.
I mean, in practice, I think there's more pressure shooting a 3-pointer than right there for Cooper. Wow, oh, wow. 31-3.
I think that this is honestly the expectation for the girls. I mean, you look at Coach Dougherty's face over there, and looks like he expected this.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, again, it is impressive, Jack. In our years here at Plymouth Whitemarsh, I don't remember the last time I saw a squad that was winning and winning by this much. I mean, field hockey, they're always great, but they'll have a loss or two. They're human. They'll have games where they only win by 1 or 2 goals. This team is beating people by 50 points. They haven't lost.
I mean, I got to say maybe the boys basketball team from 2 years ago, when they had a ton of talent here. The
very dominant run, of course.
Naheem's junior year.
I mean, we've been very fortunate, Jack. There's been times where hardly any of the squads in a 4-year period will make the playoffs at all. And our time here, there's been so many teams that have actually made pretty deep runs. And again, it seems like they're only going to get better from here. I don't know if it's our class. Class of 2021 is really making that much of a difference. But I don't know.
Hear me out. I think that this new basketball court has really re-energized them. Having the ability for these girls to, come out in such a nice court like this, play in front of, the Whitemarsh Girls Basketball League. I really think that this has given them something else to play for and has really set them to that next level.
I mean, I feel like this is almost, there would be some minor league teams that would be lucky if they had a, beautiful arena like this. And being able to, during the middle of your tenure, go from playing in the old gym to then this gym, I mean, it's like, not to say worlds different, but it's a very nice court.
I remember you Instagram direct messaged me this Bleacher Report thing of all the different high school basketball courts, and I was not that amazed because I'm used to coming to this every day for coaching class.
Yeah, I mean, it is gorgeous. Again, we see so many banners, so many esteemed programs here at Colonial, and really, Plymouth Whitemarsh proud.
Couldn't say it any better.
Rather long time out there. We'll see again if the Colonials try changing anything up. I mean, everything's working, but...
Think they'll break the press here? Oh, I just said it.
Nope.
I expected that.
There's Daly with a nice look, and 33-4.
I just predicted that turnover. And there's
another turnover for Cheltenham, but they will get him for the travel. We'll get Flanagan there for the travel.
It's the 5th Colonials turnover to this point.
Oh, man, that's astronomical for them at this point.
Yeah, it's not ideal, but compared to Cheltenham's 11, I don't see much of a complaining over there.
So Amani here. Again, if you're Cheltenham, maybe you want to just try to break double digits even in this game. Just to really try to have something to build off going into the half, but... And I think McTammy will have a charge there. We hear some fans voicing their displeasure with that one.
I mean, you can't tell them that, the Lady Colonials are up 33-4 right now.
No, if you ask me, it's, a 2-point game.
Think they'll get the ball down the court here?
I don't know. All right, Salmani able to get a nice downfield movement and another turnover. And Cooper now with the wide open look. That will go in. Okay, Cooper, covering her soccer games, I see many similarities between her style playing in both. She flies up and down. You won't see her even break a sweat. I mean, it's just she puts her heart into every game she plays in.
See, I don't know if this is a reference here that the average basketball watcher is going to get, but I remember former Villanova basketball star Mikal Bridges. He had such great length. He had very long arms and the ability to shoot. And I just think every time I see her play, it reminds me of him.
I couldn't agree more with you, partner. Again, now they're just swinging the ball around. McTammy with a nice look. And Daly's able to get the rebound.
They're going to call her with the offensive foul.
Haven't seen a whole lot of those so far in this game. Now, this might sound a little bit stalker, just a little bit, but I noticed over on the other side, there's some teachers in attendance tonight. So, great to see the teachers coming out supporting some of their former students and again, just showing how much of a community we have here at Plymouth Whitemarsh. And again, the Colonials able to pick up another rebound. Goes out to Flanagan. Flanagan with a nice look. And I don't think she quite got off the shot that she wanted there. Allen with a nice look. That will bounce. And we await the call. That will be Colonial ball. Abby Sharp now put this one back into play. A nice look to Thomas. Thomas with an easy bang-in shot. And the Colonials extend their lead to 33 points as it is now 37-4. So Amani trying to do something here, get anything going. The Colonials they're not wavering. Sharp easily going to make that shot. It's just, at this point, you would think they would even just let up a little bit, but it's just, are you familiar with the movie Karate Kid?
Yes, CITV legend Brian Dresden only talks about it to me every day.
It reminds me of the Cobra Kai method of no mercy and just, There
was a little bit of mercy there. They stopped the full court press, but
still.
Cheltenham still turning it over.
Goodness gracious, Jack. I could just hear the Colonial bench saying it now. Sweep the leg. Wow. And again, Colonial's able to get another great play there on defense. Sharp the look to Cooper, and an easy point. Colonials will break 40. Now to set the pace that they've met these past couple games, they're going to need a couple more baskets going into the half.
Gabby Cooper, the leading scorer so far with 11 points.
Again, another one of these consistent players. Really settled into her own last year as a sophomore. Was able to only build on that, and now as a junior, really one of the leaders.
Starting off 5
squad.
for 7 from the field.
She's getting a lot of great looks, too. And just a lazy shot there. Cooper with another look. And
great ball movement there.
It's like taking candy from a baby. Except I think a baby actually would put up more of a fight to try to keep its candy. And McTammy with a great steal there. She brings it down court. And it hit one. Wow. Just hear the crowd, Jack.
I don't know. I can't really focus on this game. I'm too busy trying to keep track of all these Cheltenham turnovers.
I see.
I got 16 right now, but I easily think there could easily be 1 or 2 more that I missed just because they happen. Play after play after play, turnover. Colonials get out there in the fast break with the layup. Cheltenham brings the ball back up. Another turnover that results in a Colonials layup. I look down for another 3 seconds. Another turnover, and the Colonials put up another and one.
McTammy able to put up that free throw there. Now it is 46-7. Only a 39-point lead for this Colonial squad. It's just they are not letting up. And now we go to halftime. I don't believe that shot will count. So 46-7. I hate to say we expected it, Jack, but I think we did. Great first half here for the Colonials. We'll look to see what they do in the second half to kind of put this one away. And again, so far, just an excellent game for the Colonials. If you're Cheltenham, I don't know what you're doing. If you're drinking, Mike's Magic stuff like we saw in, Space Jam, but something's got to give. Is there any other notes you have going into this next half, Jack?
I just think that you could really use a game like this as a golden opportunity to, put more of your players in a prove-it situation where they have an opportunity to really show what they got and improve the depth, show what kind of players you got on the bench.
And now we will cut to halftime. We'll be back shortly. Alrighty, folks, welcome back to the second half of this game. So we will have a running clock. Probably will get this thing moving pretty quickly. And again, I mean, we'll see if Cheltenham could, have a pulse here. And again, they missed a three-pointer there. Not the way he wanted to start it, but we'll see if defensively they can have any sort of answer. Cooper with the wide open three. Again, coming out of halftime, you wonder if the players get a little bit colder. Cooper's red hot going into that half.
Well, I know we had this discussion last week with the other Jason. It was when do you start bringing in those second stringers? And Doherty brought him in at around 6 minutes left in the fourth. I wonder if it's going to be the same for them today.
I was with such a hefty schedule next week. I think it'd bring them in even earlier because really you want to keep these legs as fresh as possible. Here's Flag of the Dice. Look, you want to keep these legs as fresh as possible and keep these players as energized as they can and you don't want to wear them out here playing a game when you already know that you haven't won.
Flanagan was not too hot in the first half. She was just 2 for 4 from the field with 2 points. So she gets off to a good start.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic for her. I mean, she's just such a force offensively.
Cheltenham forces a turnover here.
Solomon now trying to, again, get some looks there. Layup misses.
You're right. I wish I kept track of their shots. I am curious how many shots she's taken at this point.
It's certainly a lot. I think we'll get a jump ball there. What? Do whatever you want. No cursing. Here's Cooper bringing it back in to McTammy. Cooper with another wide open look from downtown. And again, her three-point shooting not as hot as it was in the first half. Again, I think just,
Yeah, Cooper was 2 for 4 in the first half from deep. 0 for 2 this half. Nothing concerning yet so far. I'm not very concerned. Just
yeah.
They didn't really come out here to get some more warm-ups in between the half. I'm not concerned.
Exactly. I'm looking to see Flanagan get some more points this half to really, again, keep her points per game up to snuff and not drop it too substantially.
Are you worried about her first-team all-league odds?
Yeah.
Is that what you're concerned about?
Oh, yeah. You want to get as many players as you want as you can on that all-team, and yeah, you don't want to see it, be decreased.
I see the first-team all-league as this starting 5.
I couldn't agree more.
I mean, from the 2 games that I've watched here in the last 2 weeks, there's nothing telling me otherwise.
Suleiman now looks for a pass there. She gets to number 4. That's Cedeno.
That's a good shot.
And just Cheltenham really. You think they're seeing ghosts out there?
I don't know what they're seeing because there's.
I mean, when you go home, do you think every time you see the colors red, white, and blue, you're gonna scream a little bit, think it's a Colonial player?
You're gonna sit there for the Pledge of Allegiance on Monday and just start crying?
I mean, goodness gracious. So I wonder, do you think we could get a joint deal where both the women's and the men's team wear full Nike outfits? So that way it's a unified, like they can have the same jersey instead of a Under Armour and a Nike. I believe they have Jordan this year, but.
Is this what this game's come to?
I mean, you got to fill the air somehow, right, partner?
It's 49-7. Like, this is legitimately a football score.
Yeah.
Like, I think I played a Madden game before I came here, and this was one of my final scores.
Yeah, I mean, they're both divisible by 7.
Yeah.
Oh, rats. Now it's not anymore. 43 points. That is a lot of points. That's more points than our ages combined. by like a decent margin.
Okay, Boomer. You were just telling me about how the Springfield game was 70-15. I was just thinking in my head, how does a game get that far out of hand?
Yeah.
And I'm witnessing this firsthand.
What was the score of the game you covered last week, Jack?
I can get the research department on that.
They won by at least 20, correct?
Oh, more than that.
I mean, like,
And there was a running clock that was kicked in.
I'll tell you, you know, I hate to talk about the end of the game during the game. I'm really excited to interview one of these players after the game. I really want to hear what one of their viewpoints is on just this amazing run. Flanagan with an uncharacteristic miss again there, but Cooper's able to pick up the rebound. Cooper dribbles it out to Flanagan.
And our research team got the final. It was Plymouth Whitemarsh 67, Wissahickon 23. 44-point victory.
Man, they cracked 20 on us. Doesn't happen a whole lot.
The subs got in pretty early. It's, you know, it happens.
We have McGordy and Zulte coming in, taking out Flanagan and Cooper. McGordy will be putting the ball back into play. And McTammy. Again, yeah, I think they're just coming out a little cold in this half because, again, McTammy missed a layup that she almost never misses.
I mean, it's just hard to keep that mental fire under you when you look up at the scoreboard and see 50-7. I really think this is where it takes, you know, a great coach to keep your players involved here.
Yeah. And that will draw the foul there, I believe. Or we have a walk. I wonder if during a scrimmage here at school, when, you know, we have some of these JV players and varsity players scrimmaging against each other, if they maybe have a closer margin of scores. I mean,
oh, so you're claiming that the JV Colonials would beat the varsity Panthers?
I think we might be able to see something like that. I don't know. We'd have to actually see it happen, but
I'm not going to call you crazy for that.
Close up and keep that one in play as it's Sharp with great play along the side there. And again, Colonials just having a little bit of trouble shooting there. I really think that, you know, the half kind of cooled down the fire they had going. I mean, at the pace that they were going, they would have had, so let's do some quick math here, 94 points at that pace.
Did our research department get you that one?
Oh, yeah. The whole 9 yards there with that one. I had to use my B- level math skills on that one. McTammy able to get the shot there. See now if she can hit another here, make it 52-7. And she does with ease. Now, with some of the problems with free throw shooting, I don't think McTammy is one of the guilty parties. She's been great tonight with her free throw shooting. And then replacing her is Fiona Gunaratne. Now, that is a family, again, we've talked about the many families here in Colonial that have, you know, talents through siblings. Fiona Gunaratne, up and coming, you know, I believe, possibly even starter next year. Definitely her senior year she'll start. Great player for this squad. Her brother, one of the best golfers we've seen in Colonial history. Just so impressive. I wonder with all these families that produce so many different amazing athletes, you know, are they feeding them something different? You know, like what's going on?
I mean, you're correct. I mean, Fiona, her brother Dylan was a state golfer. Lily McGordy hauling in that rebound. Her sister is also on the team, Chloe McGordy. Sharp, she has a brother, Lincoln. They're both freshmen. Lincoln's, you know, going out for baseball this year. Plenty of family ties so far in this basketball program.
Oh, yeah. And then older siblings, too. Abby's older sister, Casey, did field hockey. Haley Felgois, currently on the bench. Her older sister, Brooke. You know, again, runs deep here at Colonial.
Caitlin Flanagan, cousin to great baseball player Anthony Viola.
Yeah, I mean, wow.
I think we could go on for the rest of this game. at this rate.
Probably. Probably.
Slowly been going to the line here. So
Yeah.
really, she only has 4 points, but that's more than half of her team's points.
Yeah, I mean, and again, they're just trying to crack 10, Jack. I think if you get 10, and you know, that's a mental victory in itself for you at this point. These points are not coming easy for the Panthers.
I definitely think the sophomore is the most talented player on the Cheltenham team. I think she just needs to work on, her shot selection.
Lily Bell able to get the shot there, and I think you're right, Jack. Again, she does have youth on her side. She'll only improve with time as she's on the squad for longer and longer. And
It's a good look there.
again, definitely a lot of raw talent there that we see out of Suleiman that
Very.
could end up being a problem in coming years for the Colonials playing Cheltenham as many times as they do, being a league opponent. We see here the cheerleaders at mid-court getting such a great
I know
sign.
that they're heading to nationals in Florida soon. Am I correct on that one?
Yes, sir. We actually did an interview. I did an interview with them for my show, PW Personalities, and got to sit down and speak with a couple of them. And I mean, Miss Tornetta does a fantastic job with the cheerleaders, and they really stress the importance of being good role models to the community, and inspiring the spirit that we see at a lot of these events, and getting the crowd into these games and excited. And again, another model of consistency here out of Colonial District is almost every year they qualify for the state cheerleading competition, and it's just a lot of very impressive programs we have here.
We got both the McGordy sisters coming into the game now.
Look at that.
I don't know how their relationship is, but when I got to catch my brother for JV baseball last year, I let him hear it every time he bounced the ball, which happens pretty often.
I'm sure it's all good fun.
No, it's not. He's just a bad pitcher.
Suleiman with a good look there. That's a hard shot. Give her the benefit of the doubt there.
Rebound
And we have
hobbled in by Deja Evans, who just checked in.
We had a McGordy connection there, and the and one there. Very nice shot there by Deja. Colonials are closing in on 60 for this game.
Yeah, I am convinced that the Colonials JV team could wreak havoc. Here we are at the 56-7. Another one of your divisible by 7 scores.
Yes, sir. So if we're number 1 going into playoffs, or even number 2, we would host several home playoff games, correct?
That's correct.
So, folks, this is actually our last regular season game that we will cover for this Lady Colonial squad. But come playoff time, we will try to cover every single playoff game that this squad is in. Granted, they continue to win. And so, hopefully we'll have at least 2 more games to be able to cover with this,
At least.
historic squad.
At least.
At least. At least.
Good hustle play there by Chloe McGordy, keeping that play alive.
As we've seen in several other sports, the SOL is a little bit unpredictable, though. And, there'll be some teams who really think that they have it, they're going to go all the way, and they get upset by a team that, you never even heard of. And so, again, never totally count out the underdog, but I think that I like the favorite versus the underdog if the favorite is the Lady Colonials.
Well, I mean, with the Colonials closing in on 17-0, I definitely think that they have the target on their back, and they're the top dog right now.
I think so, too. Another 3 look that the Panthers are able to hit.
I think that was a 2-pointer. I think she had her foot on the line.
2-pointer on the line, okay. Hey, they
Cracked
broke
double
10.
digits.
That is an achievement in itself. They
Number
broke 10.
23, the senior Lucia Canelius, getting back-to-back buckets there for the Panthers.
Well, partner, who currently led the Colonials? Was Cooper the leading scorer tonight, or was it McTammy?
I believe it was Cooper.
So, folks, once we close out the fourth, we will have me on the court. I will be able to interview Miss Cooper, and hear a little bit about what you said. Gunaratno with a great shot there to bring it up to 60. Be able to hear from Coop and some of her views about this amazing run so far.
Actually, our research department's telling me they might be tied.
Might be tied with McTammy?
Mm-hmm.
Who to pick? I mean, folks, this squad is scary. If I was Cheltenham, I don't know if I'd want to get off the bus. I think I would have just hid in the parking lot.
Our research team has me in at 13 points each.
I appreciate the efforts from the research team. Greatly helps. McGordy to McGordy there. And that's rebounded by Cheltenham. And coming into the game will be Haley Felgois and Leah Kay, two great friends here, Plymouth Whitemarsh. And actually, funny fact for anyone that was wondering, Haley Felgois is my cousin. Little tidbit in there.
There's more athletic ties there for you in case you thought we were done.
Yeah, although I'm not much of an athlete.
Oh, I saw you run winter track as a freshman.
I have the speed, but I have nothing else.
I've also tried to saw you swing a wiffle ball bat, so yeah, I will go easy.
You know, I'm a good runner. That's about it. I much rather would talk about the sport.
Yeah,
than
Memorial
play
Day
the sport.
weekend down the shore will tell you otherwise about your running ability.
Hey, a wet, slippery boardwalk in the middle of a torrential downpour can, get the best of anybody, and it certainly got me. I was moving though before that.
I'll give you that.
That water caught up on me.
As the running clock ticks down to under 3 minutes, Colonials lead 60-11.
I want to see them win by 50. Come on, make these shots, girls.
Are you more concerned about winning by 50 or winning by more than last game?
50. I want to win by 50 at least.
I mean, I think 50 is a given.
Whoa, almost. Yeah, and the clock just winding down. Oh, you love to see it. Let me just give a compliment here to our cameraman, Aaron. That was such a good close-up he had at the exact right moment.
Great work there.
Kudos to Aaron. He was a trooper this week. Oh, we have a fan trying to get the ball, and he gets it, second try. That would be the most exciting part of this game. Look at Aaron, folks. This is a pro's pro we have on the camera here right now. He covered swimming the other day with me. Aaron, he's a freshman. This kid's got a lot of potential. CITV, I mean, as deep as a squad that the Lady Colonials have, we got a great one here at CITV too. Cheltenham makes a shot. That gets them excited, They're only down by, 46 points.
That's Canelius, got 7 points so far, and I think she's only been in the game for about 4 minutes.
It's pretty impressive.
And for those of you who don't know, when a ball gets wedgy like that, it's a jump ball. So it was just Cheltenham's possession. That's why they got the ball back, if anyone was wondering.
Yep. Yeah, so I guess with that being said, we want to give a special shout out to Mr. McWilliams, our media production team that was able to find all of these people, such as myself. Special shout out to Mr. Tom Peeler, our executive producer tonight, getting a lot of these shots on the floor. Aaron, our fantastic camera guy. and Superintendent Dr. Michael Christian for making this possible.
You're just going to act like I didn't answer your 620 text?
And, of course, Jack Spina for it, 6:17 on the dot, being able to answer the call to call tonight's game. And we're at the last minute. Come on, Colonials, one more basket makes it 50, and Leah Kay sinks it. Yes, 50. Come on, defense, hold it to him.
I think I know what tonight's line was, judging by your reaction.
Clock's still going, and again, Colonials.
Yeah, Cheltenham doesn't look very interested in finishing this game at this point.
Nope.
Nor would I.
I mean, they almost should take a knee like they do in football and just let the clock run out.
Yeah, usually when it comes to this point in my rec ball, I just start jacking up threes from the logo.
So, again, the Colonials have a 3-game stretch next week with St. Basil, Abington, Upper Dublin. That will be a test for them. We'll see how they come out with it. Again, they were able to pick up another great conference win here to improve to 17-0 on the year, 10-0 in the conference. Panthers will go to 6-10. All right, partner, I'm going to go run down the scores table. Why don't you close this one out for me?
I'd like to sit up here and point out what the Colonials did right, but I think it would be a lot quicker and easier to point out what the Colonials did wrong. There still wasn't a great free throw shooting performance there, which they looked to clean up, going the deeper runs and closer games late in the game. But otherwise, it was just an overall great performance there by the Colonials as they look to continue on. Now, thank you for all that reviewing. Now we're sending it down to Jason on the court.
Alrighty, folks. So I'm here on the court with, Miss Cooper. Absolutely amazing tonight. Tied with leading the team. You had 13 points, correct? So great night for her. This year, you've really come into your own as a player. You've been having a lot of really impactful games for the squad on this amazing run they're on. So tell me, is there anything in the offseason you did to really work on your game?
Yeah, I just try to get in the gym every day to better myself for the team overall. Just thinking like team first, and then working on myself too.
So tell me, the Colonials are on a run right now that I'm not sure that we've ever seen in this ladies basketball program. What do you think is really contributing to that?
Everyone's contributing from the starters to the bench. Everyone's putting up points, doing their job. So we're really everyone's doing well.
So coming into this next week, you have St. Basil Academy, Abington, Upper Dublin. A lot of really hard competition. What is the mindset going into this next week?
They're going to be tough games, but we just got to play our best, play our hardest, do everything we can to win them.
So tell me this, a lot of the talk now is of a playoff run. There's a lot of hype behind this team, and you guys have earned it. What would you say the dream for this year would be? I know obviously state championship, but going down the stretch, do you think that we really have a shot at a state chip?
Yeah, anything's possible, and if we keep playing the way we're playing right now, I think, why not?
There we go. Is there anything for the people back at home?
Just thank you guys. Keep watching.
There we go. I'm Jason Wyke of CITV, and that'll do us, folks. Take care.